talk to you a little bit about what private banks do, or what private banks are meant to do, and how they can help you or your clients avoid tax or use various different tax allowances. I'll talk a little bit about HSBC, but mostly this is what private banks should be doing. It's important, I think, that when we're looking after clients, we talk closely with the client's accountant and lawyer and work together on behalf of the client. And not kind of run off in separate directions. Because if we all know what each of us are doing, then we can make it better for you as the client. Most clients of private banks, there are one or two lords and ladies, this, that and the other, but most of them are entrepreneurs, and they've got very limited time to look after their own affairs. Certainly got clients who have sold a business, and whilst there's an initial idea of I'm going to retire, and sit on a beach somewhere, it just doesn't happen. They get bored incredibly quickly and decide they need to set up a new business and go off and do something different. We preserve wealth. That's what the job is of a private bank. So our mandate is more about beating cash, keep it safe, make sure it's still there for the future. Sometimes I might need an income out of the money I've got. How can I get it out tax efficiently? Especially when the Chancellor keeps trying to get at it. If you're interested in a private bank, ask them how many clients they look after. If it's 30, 50, that kind of level, that's okay. If it's 300 and they have a call centre, that's not a private bank, I would say. That's just a nice little personal banking service. They need time to be able to look after you and your more complex affairs. So they must look after a few clients each. Again, how does a private bank look after you? It lends money. A private bank does lend money. I know it sounds unusual these days that banks lend money at all, but we do. We also lend against investments, which seems crazy, but from our perspective, if we're looking after your money and you want to borrow against it, that's fantastic. We're lending you your own money. We love to do that. We also look at lending tax efficiently. The reason you might want to borrow against your own investments, often we will have clients who will have set up investment portfolios for them, and suddenly they decide to want to run off and buy another business. They don't want to cash in their investments because they're performing well, and if you borrow against them, and my understanding is you can get tax relief on the interest that you pay on the loan to go off and buy a business. So there's a good tax benefit for doing so, for borrowing your own money, as well as supporting your local bank. We also invest. All private banks should invest for you. We can invest in a very discretionary way, so you give us the money and we kind of, within a certain mandate, invest it for you. Or advisory, we talk to you a lot, or we can structure different investments, very individual to you. But why would you bother investing at all? Well, it's all about inflation, as far as I can see. And there really is a cost of living really well index. And that's what you're trying to beat. You're trying to make your money work hard enough to keep pace with your level of inflation, not what's publicised, and it's just more tax efficient. And a private bank can set those systems up for you automatically. So to strip out the gains of portfolios, and they do gain, honestly, portfolios do go up as well as down, and use that as an income. Our job is to, A, choose an insurance company that's of quality. It's to manage investments within this wrapper that will keep pace with the amount you're taking out. So at the end of 20 years, your 2 million you've put in is still worth 2 million and more to meet some inflation. And you've had the income out of it. We want to be part of the team for the entrepreneur as well as their lawyers and accountants. Choose a private bank that has the necessary expertise and experience, so they know what they're doing. They've been there for a long time. So choose a partner that will give you your money back in a couple of years' time or whenever you want it. That's quite important, people you trust. And also the bit about number of clients, has the time to help you. Can come out on a wet Wednesday and if necessary spend all day with you to understand you and your family and what's going on. And doesn't have to rush off to the next appointment to sell another product. Make sure they've got the time. Thank you. Thanks.